silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone. Neath the halo of a street lamp, I turned my collar to the cold and damp. When my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence. And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, people writing songs and voices never shared, and no one dared disturb the sound of silence. Said I, you do not know. Silence like a cancer grows. Hear my words that I might teach you. Take my arms that I might reach you. But my words, like silent raindrops, fell and echoed in the wells of silence, and the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made, and the sign flashed out its warning, and the words that it was forming. The sign said the words of the prophets are written on the subway walls, in tenement halls, and whispered in the sound of silence.
Find it in you, raise your eyes, look beyond the place you stand. Towards the furthest reaches, to the smallest of things. The sound you're hearing is a symphony of what we are. Revelation will not come with your heart and mind closed and divided. No need of sun to light the way. Across the ages we have reigned as storm fronts we'll ever surely pass. We'll stand as a never-ending light. Throw away the mantle, awake from your uncertain hesitation. No way to describe, to equate the feeling. No end to what is at your command. A million thoughts run through you, concentric circles ever greater. But you have always known this is not all there is. To your questions there'll be answers. No need of sun to light the way. Across the ages we have reigned as we endured. Through the storm fronts we'll ever surely pass. We'll stand as a never-ending light. Let there be, let there always be, never-ending light. Oh, let there be, let there always be, never-ending light. Let there be, let there always be, never-ending light. No, let there be, let there always be, never-ending light. Oh, let there be, let there always be, never-ending light. Never-ending light.
Let there be never-ending Quizcazottl's Publess Pub Quiz. It's Tuesday. It is 8 o'clock if you're in the UK at least. So welcome one, welcome all. Welcome back our regulars. Our defending champions from 2 weeks ago are the lockdown haircuts. I will be coming to them for a prize question in a bit. I also have on my list a t-shirt tiebreaker with Joy from a whole month ago up against Eric of the Hedonists. I will be in touch with both of you to set that up as well. Welcome also anyone who is new to our little quiz community. If you are, let me tell you, the Quizcazoatl Publess Pub Quiz is a quiz in 4 parts. Shortly, we are going to be getting going on round 1. In round 1, I'm going to be hitting you up with 13 trivia questions, plus the first 7 questions from our Quizcazoatl picture sheet. If you haven't gone and downloaded it yet, I do recommend you go to bit.ly/Quizcazoatl_pictures. You can download the whole picture sheet. But fear not, if you don't get around to doing that, I will be putting them up on the plinth as we go along as well. If you would like to compete, you might as well also follow the link bit.ly/Quizcazoatl_answers. to our answer sheet. See whether you can knock lockdown haircuts down a peg and beat everyone else together. But it's not about the winning, it's about the taking part. And I am very pleased that so many of you continue to do so. After round 1, we'll hit the music round for 6 songs spanning the decade. Round 2 will be more of sort of round 1-y stuff, and we are going to be ending, as ever we did, on our Quizcazoatl wipeout round. Alrighty, that is enough Quadmin to get going with, so I'm going to hit you straight up with Quizcazoatl question 1 for this week. As ever, we're starting you with what ought to be a not too difficult one. I'm asking you, excluding the black edges, how many different colours are there on a Rubik's Cube? Excluding the black edges, how many different colours are there on a Rubik's Cube? We'll move to question 2 as well. The term brummie is often used to refer to a person from which UK city? The term brummie is often used to refer to a person from which UK city? And I'll give you our first picture of today to look at as well. It is more unrelated individuals. Can you tell me? What are the names of these 3 pairs of people? They all share a surname. I'm not sure they share much else. 6 faces means there are 6 points available on this one. Now, if there are any of those pictures you haven't quite resolved yet, you can keep on thinking about it until the end of round 1. You can always rewind the feed if you want something repeated. I will remind you, but be warned, you've got to come forward again afterwards or you will be out of sync. I feel there was some other admin I was about to say, but I've forgotten what it was, so we'll go to question 4. What term for a male duck is also the name of a Canadian rapper? What term for a male duck is also the name of a Canadian rapper? Question number 5. In which country, which begins with the letter S, lies the westernmost point of mainland Africa? In which country beginning with S is the westernmost point of mainland Africa? Our second picture for the day. We have got some more Venn diagrams for you. Can you find the missing items at the intersection of our conceptual ovoids? If you haven't played before and you're wondering what the dickens I am talking about, there is an example on the left to help you learn where planets meet chocolate bars. Can you get the rest? Question number 7 are coming. On which date is the annual celebration of the mathematical constant pi? Pi is in the news this week because some Swiss with time on their hands have calculated it to, it was about 6 trillion decimal places. At which point you really don't even need a scientific calculator anymore. But on which date is the annual celebration of pi? Question 8. Can you give me 5 chemical elements whose names are exactly 4 letters long? 5 elements means 5 points available. What I should have said earlier is, of course, in the Quizcazoatl Publess pub quiz, there is, as a rule of thumb, 1 point per answer. If I ask you for 5 answers, I'm going to offer you up to 5 points. Question 9 takes us to our third picture, and we have no more building plans for you this week. I know they were a mixed reception. We have some musical cities for you. Can you tell me the name of these 8 cities based on location and musical style? 8 cities means a whopping 8 points available on this one. Onwards and upwards we go to question number 10. What boy's name follows horrid in the title of a series of children's books written by Francesca Simon? What boy's name follows horrid in the title of a series of children's books written by Francesca Simon? Alrighty, question 11. The winner of the men's 100 metres at Tokyo 2020, Lamont Marcel Jacobs, represents which country? The winner of the men's 100 metres at Tokyo 2020, Lamont Marcel Jacobs, or Jacobs, I guess it depends where he's from, represents which country? And after question 12, we're going to have the excitement of our t-shirt tiebreak between Eric and Joy. Something to look forward to. Question 12, and we have another. What do we have? We have another picture for you. Picture number 4. This time we have 6 films for you, plus an actor to identify who appears in all of them. Means a total of 7 points are available on this one. Name 6 films and 1 actor in common.
Hello, Eric.
No, we're playing as.
What? Is there? Yeah, that's probably Korean.
And
South
I wasn't
African
even
conditions.
broadcasting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the standard fiasco. Hello, everyone. I was just talking to the gang. You haven't missed much because someone was breaking into Eric's apartment. And he's got his guard dog with him, so he's completely unprotected. All right, let's reset this. It is Joy of the Not the Ton of Bricks on the left, and Eric of the Honest to Middling Hedonist there. All the way on the right. Let me see whether I can just get them aligned better. I've got to remember to reset my windows at some point. I am going to give you a tiebreak question in the traditional fashion. I'm going to give you 3 events. This week they are all births. All you have to do is try to work out in which year these events happened. If you can get it exactly, I will give you... What will I give you? Sorry, if you can get... I'm trying to do 2 things at once. If you get the first guess, I'm going to give you plus or minus 7 years. That's what I was trying to say. And whoever comes in for the second guess, I will give you plus or minus 3 years. Is that finally clear after much confestication?
Yes.
Excellent. Right, here we go. Our first event, we have John Venn, British mathematician and father of picture 2, was born. John Venn, king of the Venn diagram, was born. Let's see, I don't know whether that would help me much either. So I will also give you our second birth. Edward Degas, the French painter, was born. Degas. Is that, what's the dog called, Eric?
What is the what?
The dog.
Roland. This is Roland. This is my baby husky.
All right. I'm going to give you a third one.
Frenchie, but I don't know Degas. Go on.
So I think that he may have featured in last week's quiz. Dmitry Mendeleev, a Russian chemist, father of the periodic table, was also born.
Me.
Eric?
1850.
1850. That is not...
It comes from Terence, though. So this is on Terence.
Well, Terence, that is not a million miles away. It is more than 7 years away. So I'm sorry, Eric. Nice swing. What was that? Sorry, Joy?
1885.
1885. You have gone in the wrong direction. The year I was looking for was 1834. 1834 on that one. Well played. Good effort, both of you. Good dueling pets going on. Sorry to everyone else listening that I was on mute when I did the introductions. And without further ado, it is on to the rest of the quiz and this week's first spot prize question. See you later, both.
Back to herding cats.
I should emphasise for anyone who was concerned about Eric's accent, he isn't talking about hurting cats. He's talking about herding cats. That is, herding cats. Eric does not take his husky out to hurt cats when he loses on the spot prize, to the best of my knowledge. Anyway, on to our first spot prize question for this week. Can you tell me, according to the official guidebook, how many athletes competed in the Tokyo 2020 Olympics? According to the official guidebook, how many athletes competed at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics? And this is not a main quiz question. This is a spot prize question, which I should, of course, remind you, means that each and every single person listening is entitled and encouraged to send their guess in. You can send it in to me, quizcazoatl@gmail.com. You can send it on the Facebook Messenger service if you are following Quizcazotle's Tuesday Publess Pub Quiz on Facebook. Or if you think you know how, you can also send a guess on WhatsApp. So you have options. I will look at all the answers that come in, and round or round about question 17, I will award victory on our first spot prize of the day to whoever is closest. Alrighty, keep on thinking about that number of athletes. As I say, you have a few questions to get your guesses in. In the meantime, I'm going to give you question 13 of the main quiz. Of the political parties represented in the current House of Commons of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, which three have a larger number of female MPs than male MPs? Of the political parties represented in the current UK House of Commons, which three have a larger number of female than male MPs? And I will also give you question 14, which is our fifth picture. More predictive text for you. We may be going to hell in a bucket, but can you work out these two words or phrases that could come after the word hell? Oh, and I'll take us to question 15, I should say, as well. How many characters are there to choose from in a standard game of Guess Who? How many characters are there to choose from in a standard game of Guess Who? And you still have time to get in your guess on the number of Olympic athletes. I can warn you, I have had one very good guess in already, but there's a little bit of space. Maybe you could still sneak it. And for anyone who has been looking ahead, I need to give you a little bit of intel on picture number 7. On the downloadable pictures, it says born the same year. As you might have worked out by looking at them, this is not correct. Picture 7, that's going to be coming up on question 19 in a moment. It is born or died in the same year. Apologies for that little bit of confusion. Question 16. Which Nobel Prize winning poet created Macavity the Mystery Cat? Which Nobel Prize winning poet created Macavity the Mystery Cat? And that was your very last chance to get in your guesses on the number of athletes in the Olympics, because we are going through to picture number 6 for question 17. We have 4 more logos for you. Can you tell me what brands or companies these 4 logos represent? Question number 18 is a 4-pointer. Can you tell me which 4 presidents of the United States of America are represented in the Mount Rushmore National Memorial? They are already drawing up plans to add Donald Trump at the end, and then to turn all of the other four faces into more Donald Trump, so as it's just 5 big Donald Trumps. But it hasn't happened yet, so until it does, which 4 presidents are represented in the Mount Rushmore National Memorial? Question number 19 takes us to our controversial picture 7. Born or died the same year. See, it says the right thing on this version. Don't know what went wrong with the downloadable one. 4 people. Can you tell me all of their names? They were born or died in the same year. You can probably work out which ones were born and which one died. One's died. 4 names. Plus or minus 1 point if you can give me the year when all of this happened. Say plus or minus 1 point, just plus 1 point. I will give you 1 year either way. And the athletes, I can tell you that there were officially 11,090 athletes competing at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. And that means that Ian, with an answer only 43 out, 11,113, is our first spot prize winner for today. Well done, Ian of the Hedonists. You are up for a t-shirt tiebreak in 2 weeks' time. And finally, for the round one, question 20. In human medicine, the medicine of you humans, cystitis refers to an inflammation of which part of the body? In human medicine, cystitis refers to an inflammation of which part of the body? Alrighty, that brings us to the end of round one. Get finishing up writing your answers in. I'm going to give you a 5-minute countdown to have any further discussion. Take a stroll, walk round the block, push the baby round in the pram, have a beer, look at a beer, brew a beer, clean up a beer you just knocked over. Any of these things, do what you will. We will be back in 5 minutes with the music round. Alrighty, welcome back everybody. That is very much the end of your time to get your answers in. Let's see how we're doing. I see I have 4 teams, and I know for a fact there are more people than that. I've got 5 teams. Flooding in. Anyway, now is your last chance to get in, because we are going to the music round. In the music round, as I suspect you all know well enough, I am going to be playing for you 6 songs spanning the decades, starting in the 1960s into the 70s, down to the 1980s, up to the 1990s, across to the 2000s, and down to the bucket of hell that is music in the 2010s. I am asking you to tell me the name of the performing artist and the name of the song for each of these. Should there be a song that has more than one artist, perchance a featuring or a duet, it will be half a point each. If it's an orchestra, you do not have to name all of the violinists, though. That is a Quizcazoatl rule, house rule. Never come up. I will play these for you. I will give you a moment to think about it, and then I will play them again. I'll warn you in advance, I'm not sure the songs are as good as some weeks, but maybe you think differently, and most importantly, maybe you know what they're all called. Here we go.
Put your loving hand out, baby, riding high when I was king, played it hard and fast 'cause I had everything. You walked away, won me then, but easy coming, easy going it would end.
But oh, how it feels so real, lying here with no one near, only you. And you can hear me when I say it softly, slowly. Hold me close.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. If you're seeing things running through your head, who can you call?
When you're feeling sad and low, we will take you where you gotta go. Smiling, dancing, everything is free. All you need is positivity. Step into the light, shake it to the right, shake it to the front, go right.
Give me some new. Give me some new. Give me some new. I'm the hottest round. I told y'all can't stop me now. Listen to me now. I'm lasting 20 rounds. And if you want me, then come on get me now. Is you with me now? Then biggie bounce. I know you dig the way I switch my style. Holla, holla. People sing around. Now people gather round. Now people jump around.
So have you got the goods? Been wondering if your heart's still open, and if so, I wanna know what time it should. Simmer down and poker up. I'm sorry to interrupt, it's just I'm constantly.
I feel like I played one too many songs there. Is that right? Or have I interrupted it too soon? Definitely. I don't know. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I've interrupted it. All right. Trying to do too many things at once. My apologies. I've interrupted the 2010 song. Maybe you knew it already. I'll make sure it plays to the end second time around. Alrighty, here we go. Yeah, including the final song this time, with my apologies again.
Put your loving hand out, baby. Riding high when I was king. Played it hard and fast 'cause I had everything. You walked away, warned me then that easy coming, easy going it would end.
Oh, how it feels so real, lying here with no one near, only you. And you can hear me when I say it softly, slowly. Hold me close. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. If you're seeing things running through your head, who can you call?
When you're feeling sad and low, we will take you where you gotta go. Smiling, dancing, everything is free. All you need is positivity. Swing it to the left, shake it to the right, shake it to the front, you're right.
Give me some new. Give me some new. Give me some new. I'm the hottest round. I told y'all can't stop me now. Listen to me now. I'm lasting 20 rounds. And if you want me, then come on get me now. Is you with me now? Then biggie bounce. I know you dig the way I switch my style. Holla, holla. People sing around. Now people gather round. Now people jump around.
So have you got the goods? Been wondering if your heart's still open, and if so, I wanna know what time it should. Simmer down and poker up. I'm sorry to interrupt, it's just I'm constantly on the cusp. I've tried been to kiss you. I don't know if you feel the same as I do.
Alrighty, you are all going to have a little longer than normal to think about the music because, okay, to enjoy in the excitement of not knowing when Degas was born, have had a third of their answers deleted. So we're just trying to sort out their answer sheet before we go to the marking. So discuss it for a couple of minutes. You can also get going on the round 2 pictures if you so desire. Oh, look how weird my elbow goes. Oh, that looks painful. Oh, don't look at it. Ugh. 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 Sure, it doesn't normally do that. If you're not watching, that would have meant nothing to you. But if you were, it was jolly amusing. Alrighty, I waited as long as I can wait, and I can't wait no more. Although it's only from question 13 that your answers are missing, so you do have a moment longer than that. Anyway, designated markers, please check your emails. You should have your marking links. And we will get to marking round 1. Eyes down, look in. Ah. Rich, fear not, you should have heard nothing. I was just explaining that we were delaying the round 1 marking for a moment because Cato and Joy in Switzerland had lost a third of their answers. But we are now ready to mark. So get your answer sheet open from your email. And round 1, question 1, I asked you, excluding the black bits, how many different colours are there on a Rubik's Cube? And the answer to that one was 6. 6 colours on a Rubik's Cube. Question 2. The term Brummie is used to refer to a person from which UK city? That is Birmingham. Birmingham for a point for question number 2. Question 3, our first picture. There were 6 people to name. First off, we had the Joneses, Alex and Peter. Then we had the Johnsons. Our Johnsons were Dakota and Dwayne. Dwayne the Rock is, of course, more anatomically correct, but we will accept just Dwayne. Finally, we had Alison and Richard Hammond. So 6.4, Alex and Peter Jones, Dakota and Dwayne the Rock Johnson, and Alison and Richard Hammond. Question 4, our rapper named after a duck is, of course, Drake. And then question 5. Somebody has not received their answers. Let me just have a check of this. Why? Have you not had a link, or have you got a link and it's blank? That's really the question. For the footlins. Alrighty, I am just going to pop that across. Maybe, I don't know what's happened there. Email address looks right. So I'm just going to pop that link directly over to the footlins, and it's all going slightly wrong today. Alrighty. Just bear with me while I also update Cato and Joy's answers, which have finally come in. The last place I looked, as always, these things are. Okay. It makes you feel any better, Cato. The team that was meant to be marking you couldn't see your answers anyway. Anyway, can you not forward it? Means I've got to open a new window, you realise. Come on, people. Meet me halfway here. It's been, I feel like we've been quite smooth in recent weeks, and we're making up for it today. So if it goes. Alrighty then. Everyone is back on track. Isn't that good news? Where was I? We had a Drake. Question 5. In which country beginning with S is the westernmost point of mainland Africa? The answer to that one is Senegal. Senegal for the point. Question number 6. We had some Venn diagrams we were asking you to work out. They were gust, as words with the first 2 letters removed, months with the first 2 letters removed, and words that mean a gust of wind. And then we had Mercury, planetary elements meets music awards. And finally, we have Windsor. That's royal houses meets the titles of Shakespeare plays. I couldn't work out what it was. It was The Merry Wives of Windsor. How could I have missed it? Bonus point for anyone. It's not really a bonus point. My favour to anyone who tells me who the House of Blair were, if not Timmy Mallett's royal house, in the chat. Gust, Mercury and Windsor for question 6 for 3 points. When is Pi Day? It is March the 14th. Apparently it's also July the 22nd or June the 28th. I guess June the 28th is 2 Pi Day. Not 100% sure off the top of my head what July the 22nd has to do with any of this, but fine. March the 14th or July the 22nd or June the 28th for the points on Pi Day. Question 8. 5 chemical elements with 4 letters. I am looking for gold, iron, lead, neon and or zinc. Gold, iron, lead, neon and zinc. Question 9. It's a big 8-pointer. We had some musical cities for you. We had home of grunge was Seattle. Number 2 was Chicago. Normally, of course, I say this is not an ordering quiz, but where there are numbers, I do need you to have them in the right order, or to have put the numbers next to them and then put the numbers in the wrong order, which you are allowed but not encouraged to do. Seattle, Chicago. 3rd for country music was Nashville. Jazz down in New Orleans. Motown is Detroit. What did we have? Hip-hop, was it in New York City? Bossa Nova, I think, in Rio de Janeiro. And was it reggae in Kingston? That would make sense. Yes. Sounds about right. There we are. Very good. 8 points for Seattle, Chicago, Nashville, New Orleans, Detroit, New York City, Rio de Janeiro, and Kingston. Question 10. A boy's name that follows Horrid in a series of children's books. It is, of course, Horrid Henry. Horrid Henry. And question 11, he was representing Italy. I am told that he was born in India, but he was representing Italy. Well done, everybody who knew that. Question number 12. We had 6 whole movies for you. They were The Mask of Zorro. If you've just put Zorro, we'll call that half a point for Zorro. The film was The Mask of Zorro. Then we had The Two Popes. If you've written The Two Popeyes, have some spinach. The Two Popes for the point. 3rd, we had Red Dragon. Red Dragon, not Silence of the Lambs. Then we had The Elephant Man. We had Robert Downey Jr. there as Chaplin, and our final film, I don't know, I know this one, it's The Lion in Winter. The Lion in Winter. Presumably it's a classic. The actor in common was Anthony Hopkins. Those again, The Mask of Zorro, The Two Popes, Red Dragon, The Elephant Man, Chaplin, The Lion in Winter, and the actor Anthony Hopkins. Question 13. Of the political parties in the House of Commons, which are the ones that have more women than men? Most of you fell into the trap here of assuming it wasn't one of the big ones. How wrong could you be? It was one of the big ones. Labour have more women MPs than men, as do the Liberal Democrats, and as is Caroline Lucas, being the sum total of the Green Party. 3 points for Labour, the Liberal Democrats, and the Green Party. Question 14. Two predictive text things that follow hell. They are bent, hell bent, and hell or high water. I think you all got that. Well played. How many characters are there to choose in a game of Guess Who? And that is 24. Some of you put 48. I guess, were you counting on both boards? I feel like they're repeated. 24 characters to choose from only. Then, question 16. The Nobel Prize winner who created McCavity the Mystery Cat was T.S. Eliot. T.S. Eliot. Question 17. We had logos. They were first off DPD, then Walkman, then The Body Shop, and finally Victorinox, or Victorinox. DPD, The Walkman, The Body Shop, and Victorinox for 4 points. Question 18. 4 presidents on Mount Rushmore, and they were... who were they? George Washington, only need surnames. George Washington, Thomas Jefferson. When I said I only need surnames, now for Roosevelt, I am going to ask for some indication of the first name. A Theodore, a Teddy, anything but Frank, really. Franklin, rather. Theodore Roosevelt and Abraham Lincoln. So Washington, Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt. If you've only got Roosevelt, give them half a point, because there's a 50% chance they were thinking of teddy bears. And finally, Abraham Lincoln. Question 19. 4 people in a picture and a year of birth and or death. They were George Ezra, Neil Horan, who he, Audrey Hepburn, and the Muffin Man himself, Frank Zappa. George Ezra and Neil Horan, or Niall Horan, Audrey Hepburn, and Frank Zappa. They were all born and or snuffed out in 1993. I will accept anything from 92 to 94. And then, question 20. Cystitis is a urinary tract infection. It affects the bladder. So if you put bladder or urinary tract or your pee-pee, that will get you the point. Well done, and thank you for sticking with us through the delayed start of the marking. It is time, with not a little bit more shenanigans, to go to the first question of round 2. And for that question, I ask you an anagram. It's random advice. And this is a famous man's name. RANDOM ADVICE. Random advice. The name of a famous man. Blinky is demanding a point for Roosevelt. Count yourself lucky I haven't done it by number of terms in office, on which count I think Roosevelt will get at most 0.4 of a point, seeing as Franklin most assuredly... Did he even have 4? That's only a third of a point, so count yourself lucky with your half. And while the WHO get their Rough Riders together to come after me, we'll also go to question 2, known by a 3-letter abbreviation. What flavour-enhancing food additive was created in 1908 by a Japanese biochemist? Known by a 3-letter abbreviation, what tasty flavour-enhancing food additive was created in 1908 by a Japanese biochemist? Question 3 takes us to another picture. And it is picture 8. We have some initials of first novels. Can you tell me the titles? Titles only for 4 points. We have also given you the initials of the authors as a help along. But I don't care who the authors are. Only what the books are called. Question number 4. What name is shared by an island to which Napoleon was exiled in 1814 and is also the surname of a famous British actor? What name is shared by an island to which Napoleon was exiled in 1814 and the surname of a famous British actor?